Hey, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Kurtzing here with a Color Cup team in the Great League. I've got Shadow Abomasnow on the lead, Emolga, and then Shadow Amoonguss, kind of as my finisher or closer. So I'm against Kingdra to start with, and the Dragon Breath is shredding through my Abomasnow. However, Weather Ball is going to do a decent amount of damage because of the Dragon typing. So I do stay in here, and Energy Ball would also do a lot of damage because of the water typing. So um, it's fairly decent. I've already got both shields. People I found are quite afraid of Shadow Abomasnow, similar to a Shadow Dragonite. So now they've completely farmed me down. So I come in with Emolga, and I kind of get baited here with Octazooka. I kind of didn't want to shield, but I was like, well, you know what? They've farmed enough. They could have the outrage, so I want to respect it. I get to the discharge here, and I throw that, and it doesn't quite take out. So unfortunately, I'm going to let this go because I feel like they're just going to do another Octazooka. They do. My attack fell drastically, and uh, yeah, and then I switch. They bring in Galvantula. I switch into my Amoonguss, and they answer with a Talonflame, which is just tearing me apart with the incinerates, but I feel like I hit a bit of a break here. They decide to throw instead of saving energy, so I let it go. Come in with Emolga, and I'm able to Thundershock down. So now I do have to try to get to two move. Oh no, they don't have a shield, that's right. Yes, so I just need to get to the aerobatics, and this should take out. Galvantula's not overly tanky, and it is a bug type. So aerobatics should do enough damage to take it out. Let's see here, doesn't quite take it out. One more volt switch, and I'm able to farm down just before their last volt switch registers and takes me out. Very close game there. So then you got a Stunfisk lead into my Abomasnow. Again, it's a positive lead. Either the Weather Ball or the Energy Ball would do super effective damage. So the ground typing. As you can see there, that did a huge chunk. Now I can safely no shield whatever they throw here, discharge or mud bomb. They go for the discharge, not very effective. They bring in a Dugong. I probably should have switched right away into my Emolga. Um, just just simply to start getting that Thundershock damage and get some discharges off. But knowing that they have access to Icy Wind, I didn't really want to switch and give them that 2 or 3 turns of energy to be able to hit me with an Icy Wind right off the hop. So I stayed in, and I did get a shield. And unfortunately, they got more energy than I was thinking about in the time. So they end up hitting me with an Icy Wind there anyways, which is going to debuff me before I'm able to get to back-to-back discharges. I do throw here because I figured, well, I better at least threaten only a one-stage debuff to discharge before they get to their next Icy Wind. And I am able to get to my second discharge before they hit me with another Icy Wind. That doesn't quite take out. So they switch back into their Stunfisk. So I'm going to switch into my Amoonguss. Didn't want to get farmed down. I think it would have taken them a lot to farm me down. I take the Mud Bomb, and I believe I take another one here because I'm wanting to save that shield. I feel like Emolga is going to be kind of key here. Plus, I'm getting a lot of energy, so I'm able to threaten whatever might come in. And they have a Superior in the back, so this is looking pretty good for me. Sludge Bomb's going to do massive damage, and I'm almost at another one. And I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, I kind of mess up here because I didn't throw. Yeah, and then the Dugong had stored energy, so they were able to come in and take me out there. Had I thrown when I first got it, I would have taken out the Superior, and then they would have had just the Dugong in the back. But here, kind of a little bit disrespectful probably. I could have gone for the discharge, but I go for the aerobatics, which is way more than I needed to. But I managed to get another very close win. Horrible lead. absolutely horrible lead as long as I've got the wheel, the fire spin or whatever. As you can see, they're at 3, 4, 5. When this one registers, I'm dead, and I don't see them shielding. So honestly, I kind of got a little bit caught off guard. I was like, what should I do? And even still, I switched into Molga, which is not a good answer, but I was like, well, Bone Club's not going to do a lot, but they do go straight for Shadowbone, which does like half of my health. So I was like, well, this is just a rough, like, I don't even know what to do here. After the fact, I did realize that Astonish actually does a huge amount of damage to the Marowak. Actually, I think a little bit more than their fire is doing to the Amoonguss itself. So I feel like, I think I did this twice. I think I messed up twice, but I feel like moving forward, Amoonguss might be the right answer to almost kind of like try to force them out, because they're going to be getting torn apart by the Astonish. Obviously, that Grass Knot did so much damage. Obviously, like, it's not a super effective, but I feel like it might, like, I feel like they'd panic. Potentially, some players would panic and be like, oh, we got to switch, we got to switch. And here again, I think I messed up yet again, because I had the Sludge Bomb there, could have thrown it, would have done, again, massive damage, or would have made them use that shield, which now, like, I have nowhere to go here, right? Like, an Aerial Ace is going to take me out. Didn't even get the shield off, didn't throw. So, hard team, but also I think a few misplays on my part. GG's to my opponent there. And now Abomasnow here. If you're still watching at this point, I believe this video, I have 2 4-1 sets, so I went 8 and 2. So it's pretty decent. Good team here for the Color Cup. Gonna throw this Weather Ball. If Abomasnow gets thinking about it here. There we go. Takes out the jump off. Oh, I think this one, again, whether they just up and quit or if they had internet issues or whatever, I feel like Abomasnow might have just really hard wrecked their whole team, so they just up and left, hard quit the app or whatever, just to. I feel like, I've never tried it myself, but I feel like there's some players that do that deliberately, just hard close, so that it doesn't, like, they don't surrender, or they just put their phone down or something, hoping that maybe the person just decides to leave, or lags out, or they get annoyed or whatever and they leave. Because the only way to end this without me taking a loss is for me to go through and do this, right? Take forever. And so I feel like the odd person might do it deliberately when they get pissed off. Throw an energy ball here, but you can see too, like, literally Abomasnow wrecks their entire team, right? Jumpluff, Quagsire, and Gastrodon. So Morpeko in the lead. Again, not super ideal. Bit of a tricky one here. I'm always going to try to let the first move go through, because it is an electric move or Psychic Fangs. It still does a huge amount of damage, but now they're boosted. So even if they throw Psychic Fangs, their attack is boosted. But I'm going to go for the Weather Ball here. So anyways, back to I let the first one go through because I want to shield the harder hitting move, not shield up a non-boosted electric attack. And you can see Weather Ball actually takes out from half health. Mantine in the back. Hard to say there. Kind of feel like I should have switched sooner. Kind of almost feel like I should have stayed in and then not been switch locked. But it didn't really matter because they let that Aerobatics go through on the Superior and it one-shots it. So good game to my opponent there. Quagsire into Abomasnow. Quagsire does have access to Stone Edge, which would do super effective damage. So I do need to respect that. I am a little foggy on the counts for Quagsire. It used to be a lot more popular than it is now. I don't see it a ton, especially in Open Great League. But I do think I respect it here, and it is a Stone Edge. So I'm glad that I shielded that. Talonflame comes in. Before the Incinerate registers, I do manage to duck out into my Omolga, get to a discharge. This is going to do huge damage to the flying type. If it lands here, I think they shield. They had to have shielded. What do? I shield the flame charge. Now we're both without shields, and I have 2 grass types in the back. This is looking absolutely horrible for me. Throw the discharge here. Takes out from there, so that helps right off the hop. But I am still switch locked in here. So if they have energy on that Quag, they could bring it in and try to snipe me. And in the back, it turns out they have a lantern, so I'm able to get to this. And keep in mind, this is a Shadow Energy Ball, so this should do a lot of damage. Almost one-shots the tanky lantern. Again, another Pokemon that I haven't really seen a lot, especially in this newer meta. So they do throw a Surf, and it takes out from that range there. But I've got the Amoonguss in the back. And as long as I can get to a Grass Knot here, I'm golden. That'll for sure take out the Quagsire. Stone Edge connects, and it does a little bit less than half, so I should be safe here. Yeah, I am able to get to the Grass Knot. This will take out the Quag. Whoops. Earthquake? No, I'm just kidding. I just bumped my thing here. Okay, good game. On to the next match. Venusaur into Abomasnow. This is, again, a good matchup for the Obama. As you can see, the Powder Snows are just tearing through that Venusaur. This Weather Ball as well is going to do massive damage if it lands. And they decided to let it go too. How many like huge shots have I had with this battle? I should like put that as the thumbnail, like just one-shotting people in the Great League. Morpeko comes in. Again, I want to let this first one go through. It is just the Psychic Fangs. Back-to-back Weather Ball. This is good. This is good. This could get both shields or pretty much take out from what we saw in the last battle. So they shield that first one, get to another one. Are they going to want to commit the back-to-back shields here? They do commit the shields. So at this point, I should be recognizing, okay, they're weak in the back to Abomasnow, I'm sure. So I do commit the shield, but unfortunately, I think they've got back-to-back moves, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, see? And now I'm like, oh, what do I want to do? Do I want to commit the back-to-backs back? It's all just for Psychic Fangs. So now I've, like, wasted both my shields, but I do get this off. And it's enough to take out. So now I really want to dip out here. They've got Azumarill, and that's it. They know they can't win there. So, good game, that trainer. Cradily. Powder Snow is your Perfective Gain against the grass typing. I do need to watch for Rock Slide. That would do devastating damage to the Abomasnow. Throw a Weather Ball, another nice little glitch there. Don't get to see their shield. I am going to shield up this potential Rock Slide. It is a Rock Slide. Farming up here. They get to moves fast too, so I can't really take too much liberty on over farming. Throw the Weather Ball, and see, yeah, I threw the Weather Ball, and basically I sneak one Powder Snow through as they're throwing. Another Rock Slide. I decide to let that go. Probably a big mistake. But in the back, they have a Marowak, so that only let the Marowak get one turn of farm. And see here, I bring in the Molga again. I'm at a better position here because they didn't have much energy, at least. We're even shields, and I know Discharge is going to do close to half health, like you saw there. So even though it's not going to one-shot, it's and then I get baited with the Bone Club. And so there, see, I switched, and they panicked, and they switched into the Gastrodon, which is actually well, not really a better answer for Molga. They can't really do much about it, but they're going to have to shield this or they'll get one shot. The problem is that I shielded that Bone Club, so an Earth Power at this range is going to take me out, I believe. What do they go? They go Earth Power, does take me out. And at this point, I think the game is pretty much over. because I need to get to an aerobatics to stand a chance to take them out. And then I'm pretty sure the Marowak has some form of a move loaded. It doesn't matter what it has, it's going to take me out from that range anyways. Even maybe one fire spin would take me out. Airbox does take out, so that's good. And yeah, then I can't even get to the discharge. So good game to my opponent there. Decidueye into Abomasnow again. Abomasnow really had fairly decent, like, positive leads the majority of my sets here. Get to another Weather Ball. Gonna throw this right away. Gonna do massive damage. Decidueye doesn't seem like it's super tanky. Just boom, gone. See you later. Talonflame now. So I switch out into my Emolga, and I'm trying to count the Incinerates. Decide to shield this first one. It's just a Flame Charge. I hate shielding Flame Charges, although it still would have done damage, but it's like the first one does the least, right? So I hate shielding those, but maybe they Brave Bird me there, and then I'm screwed. Like, I have nothing to hit back. So I'm like, I gotta keep my Emolga alive here. Throw a discharge. They're double shielding. If I shield this, do I get to a move? I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think so. So I let the Flame Charge go. Abomasnow is double weak because it's ice and grass. So I bring in Amoonguss, hoping that I can either Astonish down or get to a move. They decide to throw, I think, just as I get to a move here. So I shield up, and then they switch out. So I throw the Grass Knot right away. Throw the Grass Knot. I better be switching. Yeah, I switch, and I Powder Snow down, getting some energy. And now I'm not going to get taken out by the Incinerate because I'm too healthy. So I'm able to get to the Weather Ball, which will KO the Talonflame. That was a tricky game. Good match to my opponent there. Abomasnow into Superior again, another positive lead. And they switch into this one got me. This Arachnid, I was like, what do I do with this? Like, obviously I switched into Molga, but again, it's one of those things. I know shield this. It's just a Bubble Beam. But now my attack falls. So I'm like, okay, well, do I want to go for the discharges or do I want to go aerobatics? Considering they're shielding, I should have gone for the discharge because now I'm out of energy. I'm debuffed by the Bubble Beam. They're going to throw another Bubble Beam. I don't need to shield, but my attack is getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. And now they throw another Bubble Beam. And coming up here, I make a huge mistake, which as I did it, I was like, oh, why did I do that? So now I'm 3 stages debuffed. Keep this in mind. Going for an aerobatics again, because now at this point, it's like, well, it's the hardest hitting move that I've got. Now a discharge will do absolutely nothing. So at least I hit them with a hard hitting move. It does do quite a bit of damage, and I'm like, hey, they're still staying in. I'm gonna block this Bubble Beam here. And here, like, why did I throw that? Why did I throw this aerobatics? I'm 4 stages debuffed, and I throw the aerobatics instead of just banking energy and switching right away. And I did, like, so I was mad at myself about that one. I was like, absolutely, that is a horrible play. Should not be throwing that energy there. They're not going to shield, obviously, and wasted all that energy. But I do get their last shield with the Abomasnow here. And I think at this point, I'm like, I need to throw before they throw, but I have to shield here now. Body Slam would get me into a range where they'd probably be able to farm me down. But they do make a bit of probably a misplay here. They switch into the Arachnid, allowing me to take that out, and I still have decent health, decent amount of energy. I think this Weather Ball will take out from this range. Keep in mind, it is effective against the ground typing. So it does take out there, and then in the back they have Superior. So I was like, if I had let my Emolga and Superior or Abomasnow go, like, I would have had nowhere to go with this game. I mean, Sludge Bomb, but 1 Aerial Ace, and I'm dead, right? So I think they had a move there, but they were like, we don't know what to do because they don't know the back Pokemon. They have to have so much energy and stuff too, right? So, but thanks if you've made it this far. leave a like or comment. Let me know you did watch the whole video. Really appreciate you guys that watch the videos, and keep battling. I'm slowly climbing my way back up, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Thanks.